Welcome to Let's Talk Nonprofit with Brittany Johnson. Welcome to Let's Talk Nonprofit. I'm your girl, Brittany Johnson.
And I'm Kevin.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a great program for you all today. Just sit back, relax, kick your feet up, and we're going to get right into it with the nonprofit news.
Yes, we are, Brittany. So if you are listening to this as well as watching this podcast, this episode right now, we're about to go into November, right? A lot of things happen in November. Obviously, we have elections that are coming up. But the other thing, if you're a nonprofit leader or if you have an organization, you know this is a big time coming up. Giving Tuesday, all right? The national nonprofit holiday, right? Money, if you are a nonprofit, you have a nonprofit, you know people that don't have a nonprofit, anybody nonprofit related 501c3, you have chances to earn and, receive donations that will be doubled is due to Giving Tuesday being the national holiday for nonprofits, right? And it's not just November 29th. It also is November 30th, because guess what? That's Crypto Giving Tuesday, all right?
So we got 2 days.
There you go. 2
days.
Back to back. So you could be like, oh, I ain't got the money on me. Yes, you do. You have the crypto, though.
Yep.
You don't you don't need the money when you got the crypto, all right?
Not when you got the crypto.
Crypto, excuse me. Let me get up the Ebonics. I went to a good school. But anyways, and also with that, Apple made a partnership with Candid, right? Candid is a seal of transparency, okay? So with that, charities that have the seal of transparency, basically you have to provide your mission, your contact details, leadership, etc. And with that, you have a chance to get donations through Apple Pay, right?
Ooh.
Apple Pay. People, look, I got my phone right here. All right, you want to donate to your nonprofit? Boom. All right, pull your phone out real quick. Boom. Just donate to our nonprofit. Just like that.
Just like that.
You ain't got to worry about it no more. You ain't got to look in your pocket with the lint. Nobody cares cash. They all got cards.
Yep.
Now you can just get your Apple Pay out your phone and you're good. Okay. Again, that is Crypto Giving Tuesday is November 30th, and National Giving Tuesday is November 29th, all right? So make sure you're giving out there because we see the Gates Foundation is giving a lot of money away. So apparently they're trying to, bring on this culture of radical generosity. I'm with it, though. I'm with it. I'm never mind. I was about to get in political parties. But anyways, Brittany, do you have anything else for us with our next spot on show?
No, so we have our service highlight for today, and we are going to highlight Taylor Made Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
The founder is Darnell Taylor, and their mission is to transform lives of youth through education and mentorship. And you can find them on IG at TaylorMade FDN, or on Facebook at TaylorMade FDN. And they also have a website as well at www.taylormadefoundation.org. Please go check them out. They have great mission, great work. They're partnering with STEMS program. They do college prep, health and wellness, career development, leadership development, and provide counseling and mentorship programs. Like, this is just a well-rounded service that are needed for our youth. And please, if you need to reach out to them, please do so via social media or through their website to gain more information.
Taylor Made Foundation. Check them out.
Awesome. So now we're about to hop into our guest of the evening. Oh my gosh. So I work with this organization, and they were amazing when they came out to our community fair back in September. And when I tell you that their operation is unmatched, okay? So I would love, and I'm honored for them to be on the show right now. And so I'm going to ask Kevin to just intro them in, and when we come back, you'll hear from our next guest. All right, well, we're here with our special guest for the evening, and we are delighted to have Ray Young on the show with us. She's with Bridge of Light. Welcome.
Hey, how y'all doing? Thanks for having me.
Good. Can we hear her? Can we hear her?
Yeah, yeah. So Ray, we appreciate you taking your time out to definitely take your expertise and lend it to not just our podcast, but for our listeners as well as our viewers. Because again, like I said, with the different platforms we're on, we want to make sure that people are getting the knowledge and information, and also shedding light on what you all do at your organization, Bridge of Light. Okay.
For sure.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Ray.
Yeah, so I'm Ray Young. I'm the leader of Bridge of Light. We've been in existence since 2015. Prior to that, I worked in education for a little bit, and I currently also work in the tech field. So I kind of do that simultaneously with leading Bridge of Light.
Okay. So you're in the tech field. Okay, all right. So that means putting a website up for your nonprofit was not.
Nah, that is time consuming. I would highly suggest you hire somebody if you are doing it by yourself. It takes way too much time. Just go ahead and pay somebody that 100,000, whatever it is, and keep it moving.
Okay. All right. Look, you said since 2015, so y'all been doing some things clearly.
Yeah, we have for sure.
Yeah. So what brought about the organization, and what was the vision behind it?
I would say that there are a couple different things that led up to the creation of Bridge of Light. One of them was my desire and passion to kind of give back, to help people. It's like, how can we make a difference? My grandma owned a church off of Edgewood. And if you know, even now to this day, like there's still a large population of individuals experiencing homelessness, which I feel like in the heart of our city, it shouldn't be. Yeah. So that was one of the reasons why I started the org. The other, I used to work in Atlanta Public Schools right after undergrad. Yeah. And yes, sir. And what I found in doing that and I was getting my master's in counseling at the time, and I was doing an internship while I was working there. And what I found that there are a number of students that are experiencing homelessness, that are displaced, week in, week out, that come to school just to eat, just have a safe place to be for a few hours out the day. And I'm like, that has to change. No child should experience homelessness in this country.
Mm-hmm. Right. Are you a counselor?
I mean, that's my background, but clearly I'm a nonprofit leader now.
Okay, because I'm a counselor as well, so I'm like,
oh, that's what's up.
Nice. Okay. So, all right. So, with that, because as you say, no child should be experiencing homelessness. Yeah. So, what do you feel like some of your challenges are?
Challenges with the children or with
children,
families,
nonprofit.
Some of the challenges that we face, obviously, I would say are monetary, unfortunately, because it takes money to do a lot of things in this world. And people, they may like a picture on Instagram. They may say, oh, that's a good job. They may or may not buy a T-shirt or a hoodie or whatever. But it really takes money to make things happen. And, yes, it's cool to have volunteers and that sort of thing, but we need to be able to hire, we need to be able to replenish the product that we use, their bills, insurance, et cetera. And money for nonprofits is hit or miss. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges being a nonprofit leader.
Definitely. The money is again, I mean, nonprofit by the name alone, a lot of people are kind of scared off by the idea of having that type of business. So, again, at the end of the day, that's why we try to make sure we give light and share other nonprofits and what they're doing so people can hear about them.
Most definitely.
Obviously, prior to us interviewing, we talked about Giving Tuesday coming up. So that's a big time for you. Can you guys discuss a little bit about what you all do for Giving Tuesday, if anything specific?
For Giving Tuesday, typically we'll run some kind of campaign. We'll do like an email kind of blast. We'll do a social media blast on Instagram, Facebook. If possible, like pre-COVID, we might have like an event around that time, like pre or post, like right around that, because there's Black Friday, the small business Saturday and all that. And we kind of try to do something for each day, even if it's like putting some of our merch for sale, and just kind of do something for each day to get people's attention and kind of grab them in. I know the last 2 years, especially since we couldn't do anything really in person, the Facebook, I think the double matching or whatever thing that they had, we tried to kind of boost that out to our network to get more people to give and to give kind of early so that we could get in on that the double or triple matching.
Right. Speaking of merch, for our viewers, if you don't mind, can you kind of show us your hoodie that you have?
Yeah. It's one of the many, but this is Bridge of Light. That's our name. We're proud of it, and we try to be a light in this dark world as much as possible, and that's what the hoodie represents. And we have more merch out there, so holla at us.
Nice. So, what are some of the challenges you have you faced any challenges with Giving Tuesday?
Yeah. So I'll say one. I mean, obviously, you have email, but you have to know what time to send it out, right? You can post on social, but you got to know what platform to use, what time to post, when people are there, when they're not, that sort of thing, and not kind of be crowded out if you do it at the wrong time by other things, or let's say something happens in the world, some kind of world event, and you post around that time. But I would say just kind of doing the research, looking at the algorithms, looking at the times, and knowing your audience. If you have a lot of older individuals, they prefer snail mail and or email, whereas, the younger generation, they might like a text over even Instagram, or instead of Instagram, they may be on Twitter or Discord or whatever the case may be. So researching, knowing your audience, and kind of knowing when and how and where to reach out.
Right. Knowing your audience. I mean, I think that's key for, all types of businesses, regardless if it's, a nonprofit.
For sure.
It's key for everybody. Let me ask you this, Ray, because I saw online in regards to you guys' mission, is to seek to encourage self-sufficiency and inspire self-advocacy. Can you expand on that a little bit more of the different ways in which you all try to bring that to the communities and people you work with?
Yeah, for sure. So we kind of focus on sanitation and hygiene now. And with doing that, we have 3 mobile resource centers, which 2 of them are mobile showers. And we do that. In doing that, we also have a barbershop and like clothing closet and all that all on the same bus. Okay. And then kind of helping people with their hygiene and grooming and that sort of thing, that helps boost their self-esteem, that helps boost, self-worth. And as that happens, as people feel good about themselves and how they look, then they tend to want to do more. They have more hope. It kind of ignites a spark to move from where they are to where they want to be. And us continuously showing up and kind of speaking life into that helps them move along. So that self-sufficiency, to whether it's a job, VA benefits, reconnected with their family, whatever the situation is, so that they can get back on their feet and they're able to take care of themselves.
Right. It reminds me of Pursuit of Happiness, just where he was able to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest. It do.
No, it's real. It's real.
When he got himself together and got that one shower, then boom, he got the job. Mm-hmm. And he found a job. Well, especially in this economy nowadays, that. Your mental health might rely solely on it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
not solely,
for sure.
We know how it can affect a lot.
Aspect of it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
So you talked a little bit about you guys having is it the Dignity Bus?
Yes.
The Dignity Closet and Cuts too. Is that the name of it that you're referring to?
Yeah, so we have a Dignity Bus 1 and 2, and we have a Dignity Trailer. And on our Dignity Buses 1 and 2, we do haircuts. I talked about schools a little bit. We go to schools within the Atlanta area on Tuesdays, and we partner with social workers, and we do haircuts. If students need underwear, new uniforms, shoes, whatever the case may be, so that they don't feel outcasted, with the other students, or so that their grooming is kept up as well. With everyone else, and so that it's not a distraction, so they can focus on being engaged and learning.
Right, because kids be mean. I remember when we
They
was in high
are.
school, middle school.
You already know.
They are ruthless.
Like, for real.
They are.
I only could imagine.
Don't have on no high waters. They coming for you all day. And then if you don't have no lotion, they look ashy. That's a wrap.
I wish they would have did that back to the day.
No.
They're like, who is he? No, he. Never.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel being able to provide those services to the kids and to the community?
Oh man, I will say this: we've just now really tapped back into being able to work with kids like on a regular basis, but that by far is my favorite because you see the joy. You know, they don't necessarily know quite what's going on, but they know that they may not have what these kids have. What these kids make, their shoes are white and theirs are dirty and whole, you know, and all that sort of thing. So just to see the joy, the smiles, kind of the freedom, and just you can just see
The spirit.
it changes within minutes. And I love it. I love to be able to connect with them, have conversations, to dream dreams and help them, you know, no matter what it is that you see right now, like there's more to life. There's more that's out there. And it's really about kind of like the work you put behind it and even like what you know that you can do. So, yeah, I love it.
Absolutely. So I know when you came to our community fair event back in September, the guys, they were like, oh my gosh, like, I just feel like a new person. I feel human again. And that there, when people say stuff like that, that just breaks my heart.
For sure.
This
For
is
sure.
what we're here for. This is what we're doing. And just be able to have that service and take a shower, get a haircut, and just have everything they need and get brand new clothes.
Things we take for granted, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. It makes a world of a difference. And I think a lot of us, like you said it, Kevin, we take it for granted, but we don't realize what it is that we don't have until we don't have it, right? Until we hit that situation, that trauma, that whatever it is, you know, maybe that layoff that we weren't expecting. And, you know, a lot of us are 1 to 2 paychecks away from experiencing homelessness ourselves. Right. So until we don't have it, I think we do take it for granted. And then once, you know, people are there, it's like, oh, my God, a fresh pair of underwear. When's the last time I've had on some new socks? That sort of thing. Yeah.
No, you're right about that. Now, online, I saw you all have different sponsors as well, such as Quick Trip, Lululemon, Greenlight. Can you kind of expand on those sponsors as well as how you all were able to partner with them?
Yeah, man, we're blessed, like real talk. The Lululemon, we just had the Lululemon 10K. Shout out to Lululemon. They started in Atlanta and they're doing a tour across the world, I believe. And that was last weekend. But that came from, so I play flag football when I can, when I have time. I don't have a lot of time these days, but when I have time, I play. And that came from me saying what's up to a dude. He said he heard about, you know, that I have a nonprofit. And I was like, yeah, you know, here's my card. Just text me whenever. And from that, he kind of, it took off. And a lot of times it's that networking, that connecting with people, that building rapport. Like a lot of times we might be out, we might be catching a game or some dinner or just listening to music or whatever. You never know who you're talking to or who you're next to. So especially being in Atlanta, like, man, it could be a millionaire sitting right next to you. You have no idea. Yeah. So it's like, if you got that, if you're able to build rapport with people, you're approachable, and kind of like casting that vision, like sharing out what you do, who you are, even if it's that 30-second, they talk about an elevator speech or spiel. Yeah, all the time. Hey, I'm Ray. This is what I do. You know, kind of keep it moving. And some of that stuff, it sticks with people, you know? Yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, I'm with it. I'll be in the grocery store sometimes and end up telling somebody I got a podcast that we do based on our nonprofits. They're like, let me learn more. What's your real name? I'm like,
right. Yeah, that's weird. But you're right.
Service. It's all surrounding the idea of service. So, but no, that's crazy. I mean, look, Quick Trip as well. I was curious about that one because I saw how y'all get the sponsorship with Quick Trip.
Yo, we know somebody that knows somebody. But no, real talk, Quick Trip helps us with a lot. So, man, we just bought a ton of puffer coats, Nikes, all of that for kids and APS. And Quick Trip is behind, like, if we do stuff, we say we got some kids that are in need. Quick Trip is like, say less. And they run it up. So, yeah. Shout out to Quick Trip.
There you go. Good. Look, Quick Trip said we're going to move from up north. We're going to move down to the south, but we also... Yeah, they're not just there, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely. So, Ray, let me ask you this before we let you go. Are there any resources that you have in mind off the top of your head that you could list out that, you know, others that are looking to start a nonprofit or learn more about running a nonprofit would be able to utilize?
So I'll say there are a ton out there. I will say, knowing kind of your vision and your goal, I would say it doesn't have to be perfected, but know that first before tapping into some of these resources, because everything that say is good or that's for you is not necessarily true. Right. However, there is they used to be called the Foundation. That was years ago. I can't quite remember the name, but there's a place right downtown, actually by Georgia State University, that has a lot of classes. They have a lot of free classes for people that are interested in starting nonprofits. There is the SBA, which is the Small Business Association. They have a ton of classes, webinars, those sorts of things. And really, if you read the emails, they kind of sort through them and they will say directly like what's for a nonprofit and kind of tell you what's for profit and that sort of thing. I will say shout out to my old mentor, Terrence Lester of Love Beyond Walls. Back in the day, he had a leadership training class, which I took, which was beyond beneficial for me because back then, like, you know, I ain't really had no money. And the 501c3 process, I think I met with a few people that were trying to charge, you know, upwards of like $1,300-$1,500. I'm like, y'all tripping, right? I'm like, I don't think it entails all of that, but like little things that in regards to marketing, things that you need to do like legally to get set up. The 501c3, the 1023, that, you know, so on and so forth. That class really helps give me clarity and kind of like streamline what needed to be done and what, you know, could hold off to a little bit later. So,
Okay. Look, before we get off, I do want everybody to know that Ray also is a fellow Georgia State University Panther.
Yes, sir.
Homecoming is coming up soon, October 29th, I believe it is.
Tomorrow.
So whoever listens, they don't know when we recorded this. So
That's true.
October 29th. You know, it's Georgia State. You know what time it is.
We on the rise. That's what's up. Go Panthers.
Y'all Panthers, do y'all thing.
We not playing. So, Ray, before we let you go, can you tell us where we can find you all online and follow you all?
Yeah, for sure. You can follow us on Instagram. That's at Bridge of Light ATL. That's Bridge of Light ATL. We're also on Facebook, connected to the same Bridge of Light. And we're online. If you want to know more, have more information, or even get in contact with us, our website is bridgeoflightatl.org. It's bridgeoflightatl.org.
Okay.
Awesome. That is wonderful. We appreciate you taking the time out to speak with us and dropping this knowledge and tell us about your organization. Really do appreciate the work that you all are doing in the community because it is phenomenal. So, and I can attest for that myself, but thank you so much for coming on.
Most definitely. Thanks for having me. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray Young. We appreciate you for being on Let's Talk Nonprofit. As always, before we leave you guys, we have to make sure that you all get that motivational moment with Miss Joanne Dean.
Greetings and blessings to you. Today's inspiration is a reminder that you are God's best creation. So whenever you start to doubt where you fit, how you fit, and if you fit, remember that you are here on purpose, in purpose, with a purpose. I am Joanne Dean, founder of Inspired by Joanne, a community created for women in leadership roles, the go-to person to pause, reconnect with herself, elevate her faith, and own who she is. Until next time, continue to walk by faith and remember, it all begins with you. Take care.
Thank you, Miss Dean, for your motivational moment. That was powerful.
Needed that word right there.
Exactly. Exactly. So we want to appreciate you and take time out to appreciate you because you have done a phenomenal job by giving us those motivational moments that really inspire and motivate us to keep on doing the work that we are doing. So thank you. Definitely. Now it's time for us to close out. We don't want to go.
But we can't. You gotta go.
I don't want to leave.
But we gotta go right now.
So
we'll be back before you know it.
So please check us out on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, website. You know the links. We got the links. We're going to drop them in the on the show, on the podcast, on YouTube, everywhere.
Spotify, Google Music,
iHeart, Audible.
All that. We always going to be on that.
We everywhere.
Just
you ain't
set
never
your reminder. What you doing? You say you support, but you don't support. You ain't listened to an episode yet.
Come on.
All right, but but at the same time, we're gonna make sure we positive, and we appreciate y'all for listening on Let's Talk Nonprofit. So what we're gonna do is
let's talk about it.